Hi, I'm John, I'm an alcoholic. And in the big book of AA, it says we will suddenly realize that God has been doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. But my entrance into this world and my childhood was teaching exactly the opposite, that God wouldn't do anything for me. And I lived for many years under that well-researched conclusion that God was essentially worthless. I came from a crazy alcoholic family, very violent, and when I was a little kid, my mom beat me a lot, and she would beat me all the way to unconsciousness. And if you never been beat till you pass out, before you pass out, you get a really sluggish, slow, thick-headed, where time slows down and your thinking slows down. And when she wasn't totally drugged, she had taught me a little kid's prayer that goes, now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, which does raise the possibility, I pray the Lord my soul to take. So I'm getting beat to unconsciousness the 12th or 20th time, and I'm like 3 and 4 years old. And so I would ask God to let me die this time and go live with him in heaven. It seemed like a much better deal. You know, and clouds and angels and, you know, stuff seemed a lot better than my house. And then it didn't happen. So I figured there's a God, but he's not going to help me. So that about wraps it up for God at age 4. And then I didn't die, and the violence continued. And then in 6th grade, I was going to the Presbyterian church, and I was singing in the youth choir, and I thought the youth minister was a nice guy, so I ran away 20 blocks to the church, to the youth minister's house. And I sat with him, and he listened very patiently as I spilled out the story. And sort of like Mr. Rogers, listened to the whole thing, very sympathetic. I thought, yes, I'm going to get help here. And he went in the next room and called my parents and ratted me out. And I got beat for 2 solid weeks. So that really ended the God business. I mean, God and God's house, no help at all. But God was actually helping in the background, even if church wasn't any actual help. And there were signposts along the way that I didn't realize till later. The book said we suddenly realized that God has been doing it. Because along the way, there was a kindly nurse, a kindly teacher, some teachers who showed me responsible adulthood. So there were signs of God's help. And of course, I drank. I took drugs because every time I showed a symptom of pain or distress, I got a prescription. Oh, Valium, Librium, Percodan, Butalbital, and I was drinking from age 8. The first drink I had is 8 years old in the family pantry, pouring myself a glass of old Granddad on the rocks. You know? And Dad says, aren't you the little man? But don't drink old Granddad, that's for me. You can have Jack Daniels, that's for guests. I'll use the whole house. So I got a little Roy Rogers lunchbox with a Roy Rogers thermos full of Jack Daniels. I sipped my way through school. I drank and drugged every single hour of the day from age 10 to age 40. Not one sober hour. Age 40, I finally sobered up in Alcoholics Anonymous. And my first sponsor gave me a big book. He said, this is a big book. He opened it. He said, it's in black and white. Read the black part. Turn to chapter 5. So chapter 5 is how it works. Chapter 6 is into action. If you read these 2 chapters and you do what they say by taking all 12 steps, you will never drink or use again. Well, I read them. I did what they said by taking all 12 steps, never drank or used again. It actually worked. It said, just do the simplest version of each step. If it says we admitted, admit. If it says we made a list, make a list. If it says we made amends, make amends. Don't interpret it. Just do it. And God had a weird sense of humor. Partway through college, when I was drunk, God directed me to become a minister. I thought, there's such bad taste. I said in prayer, should I change my major to religion? He says, the little voice said, take accounting. I never regretted it. There's more funny business about money in churches than you might imagine. I ended up being a Methodist minister in local church ministry for 17 years, and I worked at Hazelden 20 years as director of spiritual guidance. Now I'm at the retreat. And my first sponsor would always say, try to trust that things are working out the way they should. I implement the program. I take the first 3 steps of AA first thing in the morning. Step 1. Good morning, John. You're an alcoholic. Pay attention. Huh? What? Oh, it didn't go away. Step 2. There's a God. It isn't me. Step 3. I need a fresh decision to turn my wealth and my life over the care of God today. Why? Yesterday's decision expired in my sleep. 1, 2, 3, go. And how do I implement step 3? I take the right thing right now, all through the day. Just what does God want me to do right here, right now? 5 minutes are up. God's going to want me to stop talking. One last thought. July 4th, this past Thursday, was my 30-year sobriety.